Hi, I'm Arkush, the publisher and editor at Pro Football Weekly, but I'll be sitting in the role of Jim Lehrer today as we go one-on-one with Associate Editor Dan Parr on my right, Arthur Arkush, our Associate Editor, on my left. The Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans, the only two 5-0 teams in the NFL, neither one's ever been here before. Is one of them the best team in the NFL, and which one's better than the other one? Now, Dan, you cover the Falcons, and a lot of people thought the Texans might be here at 5-0. Nobody saw the Falcons coming. What's going on?
Well, we start with the skill positions. Julio Jones and Roddy White, Matt Ryan, Tony Gonzalez, Michael Turner's been coming along. The running game's getting stronger week by week. And defensively, they're playing as opportunistically as any defense in the league right now, forcing turnovers. I think special teams, they've been very solid as well. So everywhere you look, Falcons are playing outstanding football right now, and I think that they're the best team in the league.
Arthur, a lot of people had the Texans winning the AFC this year. I don't know if anybody had them at 5-0, but they're not finishing teams. They're playing very well. They're letting teams hang around. Have they played their best? Or are they going to get better?
I think they played well. I'm not sure they've played their best yet. They actually have been handling teams pretty well. They struggled against the Jets a bit surprisingly on Monday night, but this is a team that's very well-rounded on both sides of the football. They have the ability to beat you through the air. Matt Schaub's been quite efficient this season, and then obviously Arian Foster in that running game. Although I don't think it's hit its maximum stride yet, is very dangerous. They lead the league in time of possession and clearly just want to grind. On defense, what can you say? J.J. Watt, obviously the most dominant player in football right now. Lots of other star power, though. They have ways to get after the quarterback, pretty good in the secondary. So just a dangerous football team, and at least in my eyes, I think the best team in the league right now.
All right, so you've both staked your claims. Dan, I got to come back to you. The Atlanta defense, it still scares me a little bit. I know the Missouri kids are playing great. Some of the other young players on defense, they don't seem to miss Curtis Lofton, but there have been spurts where it looks like you can attack the middle of that defense.
There's no question that the Falcons don't have a J.J. Watt. They don't have the kind of star power that the Texans do on defense. But I think with Mike Nolan coming in there, they are so more complex scheme-wise than they were a season ago. They are able to confuse quarterbacks that shouldn't be getting confused, whether it's Peyton Manning or Phillip Rivers or RG3. They're making things happen that have really thrown quarterbacks off their game. And I think if they can continue to do that, they're going to be just fine, even without a great elite player like J.J. Watt. All
right, now, Arthur, I look at the Houston Texans, and I love them. I think they're deep. I think they're great. But I'm also betting if they'd known they were going to lose Brian Cushing for the season, they might have traded D'Amico Ryans. Ryans, of course, gone. They've got Tim Dobbins stepping in now. Mr. Alexander maybe get some time. How much are they going to miss Brian Cushing?
I think they're going to miss him quite a bit. In addition to his contributions, just being a tenacious sideline-to-sideline linebacker, he's such an emotional leader for that group. So obviously a really big blow. Fortunately, this is a team that showed last season it can overcome quite the bit of adversity. Of course, everyone knows about Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson, Mario Williams all going down. They continued to roll, made it to the playoffs. So I think that the combination of Kubiak getting his troops ready and Wade Phillips just being as good of an assistant as there is in the league, I think they're going to find ways to compensate for the loss of Cushing. Is the depth great? No. Would they like to have D'Amico Ryans back? I think they probably would, but I think they can weather this storm.
All right, guys, no 2-minute closing statements here, but you got 15 seconds. Why are the Falcons the best?
Well, I think offensively there's no doubt they have more firepower in the passing game. Defensively, while the Texans look better right now, it's pretty easy to beat up on the Blaine Gabberts and the Mark Sanchez's and the Ryan Tannehills of the world. Let's see what they do against some tougher competition like Aaron Rodgers this week.
Arthur, why are the Texans the best?
I think it all starts in the trenches, and for me, while the Falcons have been impressive thus far, have done a pretty good job of protecting Matt Ryan, I think that they can be susceptible there. They've also allowed 100-yard rushers, they've allowed 100 yards on the ground each of the first 5 weeks. So I think in the trenches on both sides of the ball, Matt Schaub's only been sacked 3 times. They're one of the best run defenses in the league. I think they're a little bit stouter there.
All right, the question for all of you, which one's better? And maybe the bigger question, are either one of them as good as the 49ers, the Ravens? There's some other good football teams out there. We're going to keep going one-on-one pretty regularly around here at ProFootballWeekly.com.